Okay, not sure this is a catnip play on words. It's not a play on words, but it's more of a cat musing or a new cat opinion. I know I'm talking about myself in the third person. I'm coming to a new opinion, understanding, belief, I don't know, about being awake and enlightenment. I used to feel, and I've heard many other teachers say that you can call yourself awake. Call yourself awake. That's such a weird term. It's like the ego claiming it. But when you can say you're awake, not say you're awake. You know what I mean? When you have self-realization. And I'm beginning to think that I don't know if you could really call yourself awake. This is how I feel. Because it just kind of came up in me about a month ago after this no self shift or glimpse. It came up inside of me. I thought, man, I don't think I was ever truly awake until now. Because to me, you want to be awake to the nature of all of reality, not just one level of it, right? Self-realization is one level of understanding or perception, right? The self wakes up to itself, but it may not include, as in my case, it didn't include a unity consciousness or this no self-awareness. You know, I understood what I was, but I still had an I identity. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but there's different levels, right? But it really feels like, oh, now I feel awake after reaching this kind of non-dual understanding. I'm not saying it's a very clear or consistent understanding, but right, that glimpse was big enough that it shattered something. Anyway, so I'm kind of changing my thing. I don't know if you can really say I'm awake until you've had that like dissolving any identity that there's an individual person here. And this thing on enlightenment, first of all, I'm beginning to feel strongly. I don't know if there's any one human alive right now on this planet that has reached full enlightenment. And I say this because, and by the way, I don't equate being awake with enlightened. I think awake is just beginning of the journey, and enlightenment is a very long process of enlightening yourself for many years, or, you know, awakening the light in your DNA and your body. And that takes years, if not lifetimes, perhaps. So I'm probably just in the beginning journey, a little message there, of this process of enlightening. My inner light is being unraveled or unwound from whatever. But this idea that I don't know if there's any human alive that's reached full enlightenment, it struck me because I read that bodhisattvas, I don't know if I've said that correctly, they hold off their enlightenment in order to serve on this planet. So that would indicate, and first of all, I think enlightenment, they're coming in all directions, enlightenment is a one-time event. If you reach full enlightenment, the body has now turned into light or some form of light. And the body couldn't handle it in this current environment. So it would the body would die. So I think there are many, many, many people in the process of enlightening themselves, but reaching full enlightenment and still being in human form as things currently stand on our planet. I don't know if our bodies could handle it. So I don't really know if anybody could say I'm enlightened, lit from within. I'm in the process of lighting myself from within, but I hope to God I would never claim to be enlightened. I think it's a one-time event, and you move on to the next. You leave the physical form. Now, with that being said, I think that we are moving into a time, I don't know if any of us will see this in our lifetimes. This is what the 55th gene key talks about. Richard Rudd talks about, the changing, the genetic transformation that we're all going through. I think eventually, maybe soon, maybe in 10 years, our bodies will have transformed enough based on all the high frequency energies coming through and changing. Because when you're in the process of enlightening yourself, and it's talked about in the 6th gene key, that your DNA moves from carbon-based functioning to another type of functioning. I can't remember, but your whole biology changes, chemistry changes. It's an alchemical change, and currently the body, the way it is, and the environment can't hold that, so you kind of poof away. But I think we are moving into times. This is what the 55th gene key talks about, the new era, the new epoch that's coming in, that indeed our bodies and the environment, or the density with which we live in, will facilitate having fully enlightened beings still in human-esque form. But as of right now, I don't think anybody should call themselves enlightened because I can see and I'm experiencing what a long and arduous journey it is to scrape away all of the false beliefs, etc., etc. Anyway, I think enlightenment is a process. We might need another term. And I think enlightenment is a one-time event for now. Okay, that's all.